Today I'll be playing a solo battle report for you guys. It's going to be combat patrol. It's going to be Grey Knights versus Night Lords. So combat patrol is 500 points or below, so it's like 460 odd points I've got for each faction. I've used the new points values and I've removed Armor of Contempt, so no one has Armor of Contempt, but everything else is open war. So all the rules for that. All army lists will be in the description below. They will be in Battlescribe form. As I'm recording this, I don't think Battlescribe has changed the points yet because they've only recently come out. The lists will be in the description, but the points values might be different. So welcome to the Night Lords army list. So I'm running a patrol detachment for this. I've got 1 HQ, 1 heavy and 1 troop choice. So I'm playing Night Lords. Night Lords get terror tactics. While an enemy unit is within 9 of this unit, subtract 2 from the leadership characteristic of models in that unit and subtract 1 from combat attrition test taken for that unit. The second part, each time a model with this trait makes an attack with a melee weapon, if that attack targets a unit that it was below half strength when the attacking unit was selected to fight, or if that attacking target unit that has a leadership characteristic of 5 or less, add 1 to the wound roll. So, leading this warband of Night Lords, I have a Chaos Lord in Terminator armor. He's got a Combi Bolter and a Chain Fist. The Warlord trait I have given him is from the Night Lords section. It's called Dirty Fighter, so he picks a unit within 3, they fight last. The relic I've given him is, what's it called? Black Rune of Damnation. Each time an attack is made against the bearer, subtract 1 from that attack's wound roll. And the bearer has the following ability: Black Rune of Damnation. It's an aura. While an enemy unit is within 18 of the bearer, each time a psychic test is taken for that unit, it suffers perils of the warp on a roll of any double. Ooh, I've also given him the Mark of Tzeentch. So what that does, if on his first fail save of the turn, it reduces the damage to 0. I have got a 10-man chosen unit, so this is my troop choice. 9 of them have bolt guns and bolt pistols. The sergeant, he has a chainsword and a bolt pistol. They don't have a Mark of Chaos. And then my last choice, which is my heavy choice, I've got a 5-man Havoc squad. I've got 4 with missile launchers and a sergeant with a power fist and a plasma gun. They are also undivided. Welcome to the Grey Knights army list. So I'm running a patrol for this as well. For this Grey Knights patrol, I'm running a Silverblades Brotherhood detachment. They have their own stratagem. So use this stratagem in your movement phase. When a Silverblades core unit from your army falls back, that unit is still able to shoot this turn, even though it fell back. And that's 1 CP. They have a psychic power, temporal accuracy. So it's cast on a 5. What it does, it basically turns Storm Bolters and Mastercrafted Storm Bolters or relics that replace any of those weapons. It gives them pistol 4. And it reduces their range to 12. They do have their own Warlord trait as well, so what I'll do, I'll go through the army list now with their units. So I'll go over to my Warlord now. He is a Grandmaster. He has a Storm Bolter and a Nemesis Halberd. But I'm going to replace that with a Soul Glaive as his relic. So the Soul Glaive is his range melee, type melee. It's +2 strength, -3 AP and 2 damage. So I think without Armor of Contempt now, it's a bit spicy. Then the Warlord traits I have given him from the Silverblades is at the start of the fight phase, if this Warlord is within engagement range of an enemy unit, it can fight first that phase, and each time this Warlord makes a melee attack, you can reroll the hit roll. There, for my troop choice, I've got a 5-man Brotherhood Terminator squad. They all have Storm Bolters. The Sergeant has a Thunderhammer. I've got 1 Terminator with a Nemesis Force Sword, and then I've got 3 with Nemesis Halberds. Finally, I've got, as my heavy choice, a Nemesis Dreadknight. He has got a heavy Psycannon. He's got a Dreadfist, and he's got the Nemesis Demon Greathammer. I also forgot to mention, my Warlord psychic power is Sanctuary, so you can pick a core unit until the end of until the next psychic phase. They'll have a 4-up inbound. Everyone has the Pistol 4 psychic ability, and they also all know Smite. Welcome to the pre-game setup. I've already done deployment for both the armies. I'll go through all that in a sec. Because I've made up my own objective, I've just drawn a twist in the deployment. Deployment's like this. The Night Lords are here in the centre of the board doing their ritual in the monastery, and then the Grey Knights could have come in on either side. I just put them over there, so the kind of this section. Then for the twist, I drew Champion. Whilst two forces clash, mighty warriors step forward to defend the honour of their army. So before the battle, each player selects one character model or one model with a wounds characteristic of 9 or less from their army to be their army's champion. Increase that model's strength and toughness characteristic by 1, and its attacks and wounds characteristic by 2. So the champion for the Night Lords is going to be the Chaos Lord in Terminator armor, and then for the Grey Knights it's going to be the Grandmaster. For the objective, in this monastery there is a objective marker. It's underneath that sergeant there, it's that little grey patch. You have to have more models within 3 of that objective marker to win. So that symbolises if the Night Lords are holding it, they get their ritual off, but if the Grey Knights get in there, that shows that they stop the ritual. This might not be a fair matchup. I mean, they're the same points, but the Night Lords are on the objective, and so the Grey Knights have to do a bit more work, but it's just for funsies, and it's cool and fluffy. For the map, I've got a GW mat, which is 30 by 44, I think, which is the minimum requirement. I've got 3 big ruined buildings. They are from TD Combat, so they're +1 to your save and obscuring. I got some Lord of the Rings ruined walls, so they are +1 and they're also defensible and breachable. And then in the corner over there I've got some battlefield in the box trees. Ignore those statues, they're just there to look cool. So trees are -1 to hit and difficult ground. Then for dice and stuff, I've got basic white dice. Got this for measuring, also the stick. Got some red boo-boo dice, so if someone takes a wound, I put a dice down. These 2 dice represent CP, the orange dice represents turns. The darker dice will be for Night Lords, the lighter dice will be Grey Knights. I didn't have to spend any CP for anyone, so they're both starting off with 3 CP. Then we're going to roll to see who's taking the turn. Grey Knights on a 5, Night Lords on a 6. So this is Night Lord's turn 1. I removed the lid off the monastery just to make it easier to see stuff. So Night Lords have gained a CP, so they're on 4 CP. To the Grey Knights is 3. I didn't move anything. I've kept everything where it is, so I'm not going to bother moving. Heavy, grenade and rapid fire on 6s give extra hits. I'm going to move on to my shooting. The first thing I'm going to shoot these legionaries into the Terminators. I'm going to spend 1 CP, so it's take me down to 3. Like so. And I'm going to spend Demon Shells, or Demon Rounds, one of those. And what that does, it increases their bolt guns to an extra 6 inches, and they are an extra AP. And because they stayed still, they get to rapid fire. So they're doing double shots into those Terminators. So there is a bolt pistol in there. I didn't measure that actually. Bolt pistol, 12. The bolt pistol is in range, but I'll do the bolt guns first. There's going to be 18 bolt gun shots into those Terminators. Hitting on 3s, 6s is an extra hit, and I get to reroll 1s because of my Chaos Lord. Okay, freak gag. I got a few 6s in there. Okay, so we got 5 6s. So those 2s are going to be the extra hits for those 2. I get to reroll 1 from my Chaos Lord. And they both, oh that's cocked. And they both hit, so I'm just going to add another 2 additional dice in. So I got 20 hits altogether. Freaking spicy. These are wounding on 4s. Okay. Get rid of 1s and 2s. Then it's going to be AP1. The Terminators are in cover there, so it's just going to be their normal save. I just realised I might have just wasted a CP. I'm pretty sure it's a 2-up. No, well, I'll double check. Ooh, that's cocked. How do you roll that? Okay. So I need to see what a Terminator save is. It's been a while since I've used Terminators. So 5 of those I'm sure are saves, but I'm not sure about this slot. Terminators have a 2-up save, so all these past 2, I just realised it did waste that CP, thinking about it, because it was +1 to their save. They had cover, so even if I was cancelling out the cover, it didn't matter because they had the 2-up save anyway, so I did an oopsie there. That's what you get for not thinking things through. They do 2 wounds. They have 3 wounds apiece. I'm going to spend a CP to reroll one of those with the the Grey Knights. They pass, so 1 Terminator is taking a wound. I'm going to put it on. I'm actually going to put it on the sword. This guy here, he's got 2 wounds left. The next thing I'm going to shoot, I'm going to do my Terminator, Chaos Lord, into those Terminators. The Chaos Lord can draw a line of sight like through this window here, and then through this doorway, and you can see that guy, the Combi Bolter, so it's going to be 4 shots. All hit. It's going to be, oh actually there's 2 extra hits in there because of the wonton. Yes, so 6 hits. Wounding on 4s. That is 2 extra wounds. With a 2-up save with the Terminators, and they get them both. Next thing is going to shoot, I'm going to do the Havoc Squad. I'm going to do the plasma gun from the Sergeant into the Terminators, and then I'm going to do the 4 missile launchers into the Dreadknight. Plasma gun, I am going to overcharge. Is it in 12? Doubt. No, it's out of 12, so it's not half range, so it's going to be 1 shot for that. Hitting on a 3, overcharged. I get to roll that because my Terminator Captain. It hits, it's strength 8, so it's 2s. That's a wound, it's minus... sorry guys, I also scored an additional hit with the 6 I rolled for the plasma gun, so on a 2 it wounds. That's another wound, so that's 2 wounds. They are minus... A plasma gun is minus 3. They're in cover, so they get +1. So it's just -2, so they have a 4-up save. 4-up save, here we go. Crap. Okay, so we pass 1 and fail 1, so that's 2 damage. That does kill one of those Terminators. Boom, he gone. Then we've got 4 crack rockets going in to the Dreadknight. It's on 3s, rerolling 1s. There's an extra hit. Strength 8. I'm not sure what toughness it is. That's definitely not a 1. Even if it is toughness 8, it's wounds. It is -2 for a rocket. Toughness 6, so those 4's wounded. It's -2, it has a 2-up save, so it's going to be 4s to save. Ooh, that's not good. So I pass 1. Then, 3. Does he have 3-up in 1? Ooh. No. He has a 4-up in 1. That's poopy. Okay. So it's 3d6 damage. 5, 6, 7, 8. Taking 8 wounds. I'm going to CP1 for the Night Lords. So what's that? 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. Cool. So the Night Lords do 13 wounds. It'll also take him down to 2 CP for the reroll. Did I reroll anything? No, I don't think I did. Okay, cool. Anyway, yes, they do 13 wounds. It does take out the Dreadknight. Does it blow up? No. So it freaking just dies. That's pretty cool. Dude, that's insane. Maybe I should have deep striked it? I don't know. Yeah, I was just double checking to see if that was it. Yeah, that was it. So that's not great. They just flat out took out the Dreadknight. Turn 1. Cool. Right. So that's the end of my shooting with the Night Lords, but I'm going to spend some more CP with the Night Lords. I'm going to spend my last 2 CP with the Night Lords, so I'll take him down to 0 CP. I know that's a 10 normally, but I'm just going to mark it off as 0. So they're down to 0 CP, and I'm going to do Hatred Eternal with the Legionaries, and that means they get to shoot again. So it's the end of the shooting phase, now they get to shoot again, and they're going into the Terminators. So it's going to be 18 shots. I'll do the bolt pistol first. Hits. Fails to wound. Then I've got 18 shots with the bolt guns, hitting on 3s. I get to reroll 1s because of the Chaos Lord. Okay. So that's an extra hit. That's an extra hit. Extra hit. And then, oh, there was 1 in there I didn't reroll. Okay, that's a hit. So that'll be those misses. And I'll remove that. So then all these. And then we are wounding on 4s. Get rid of those. Okay, so that's 6 wounds. They'll have a 2-up save against this. They do take a wound. So I've done the movement. I just moved everyone 5, and they ended up there. They've also gained a CP in their command phase. So the movement's done. Now I'm going to do my psychic phase. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cast a smite from these Terminators. I'm going to do it into the Legionaries. Oh, should I do? It's just because I'm thinking there's a number of shots, but they have heavier shots. Yeah, I'll do it into the Legionaries, because if I can take them out, because I got shooting and charging and stuff, so I'll do it into the Legionaries. And I cast a smite, but I'm going to spend a CP. Take me down to 3 CP. The stratagem is called Hexagrammic Wards. Before the Deny the Witch test is taken, I get to cast a psychic power. I get to roll an extra d6, and then I take away the lowest die. Okay, I was hoping for something a bit better. Basically, I was looking for like a 5 and a 6, so I could do Super Smite. But what I'm going to do, I have to take away the lowest die. Because I'm within 18 of his thing, that's actually cast as a Perils, because it's a double. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to spend another CP, which will take me down to 2, and reroll. Okay. I'm going to take away that 2, because it's the lowest. That's going to take me down to 2 CP. Like so. And I don't take Perils of the Warp. It goes off in an 8. Does D3 mortal wounds. 3. I don't think Chaos has anything against that, so it's going to kill a Marine, and it's going to wound another. I'm going to spend another CP, so it'll take me down to 1 CP with the Grey Knights. I'm going to cast Mental Focus, so that means my Grandmaster can cast 2 psychic powers. I'm going to cast Sanctuary on these guys, so give them a 4-up invuln. Oh, I don't think that goes off. Why? And it's Perils as well. No. It goes off in a 6 anyway, even if I was +1. I'm within 18 of the Chaos Lord, so that's counting as a Perils. So I'm taking D3 mortal wounds. Taking 3. Cool. But Night Lords. Grey Knights have an ability where they ignore wounds on 5s. So ignore a wound. I have an extra wound because of the twist. So he's losing the extra 2 wounds for the twist. But he has his standard 6 wounds, so it's not all bad. It's kind of bad because the psychic kind of sucks. I'm kind of scared to cast Smite now. But I'm gonna. So I'm gonna cast it on those guys. 6. That goes off. And it's not a double, so it does D3. 1. So that just kills that guy. I don't think that was worth. Kind of risky, but we've done it now. Man, that's a freaking annoying. I think it's a relic, whatever it is. It's freaking annoying. Okay, so there's that. That's the psychic phase. Terrible psychic phase. Then we got the shooting phase. The first thing I'm going to shoot, I'm going to do my Terminators into the Legionaries. I'm going to spend my last CP, I think. Or do I want to save it for a charge? So it's a 5-inch charge. I'm actually going to save that CP. What it was, I was going to spend it for an extra AP, and 6 is automatically wound or hit, one of those. But I'm not going to spend it, I don't think. Yeah, I'll save it for a charge roll. For a 16 shots from these guys into the Legionaries, because they have both the discipline. Hitting on 4s. That was a bit cocked, I'll reroll it. Okay, I get to reroll 1s because of my Grandmaster though, so that's pretty good. I'm hitting on 3s, I don't know why I said 4s. Hitting on 3s. Oh nice, they all hit anyway, cool. Yes, so they all hit, and it's 4s to wound. That's cocked, unfortunately. There we go, still wounds anyway. There we are. They have +1 to their save because they're in the monastery. So they have a 2-up save because there's no rend to these. They pass all of them but these 2. So it does kill 1 because they don't have the markers inch. Yeah, it does kill 1. It's just the leader that has that. Actually, yes, because I killed the wounded one, yeah. So I'll just kill another one. Next thing I'm going to shoot my Grandmaster. He's going into them as well. He's going to have 4 shots. Hitting on 2s. He doesn't get rerolls for himself. I think he has a better... it's still strength 4, but he has AP. So hitting on... wounded on 4s. That's 1 wound. It's AP 1. They have cover, so it's just a regular save. And they get it anyway. So there's the shooting. Then I'm going to move on to the charge phase. Night Lords can't overwatch because they don't have any CP. I'm going to charge the Terminators into the Legionaries. I've killed a few, so I might need a 6-inch charge. So here I roll. A 3, I'm spending my CP. A 6. That guy's within 6, and that will get him to there. So that charge is successful. One of them's on a wound. It is a defensible piece of terrain, so I'm going to set to defend with the Legionaries, so they get +1 to hit now in combat. I'm going to see if I can even get in with my Warlord. 10-inch charge, let's say, yeah, because I can go round and it's breachable, so a 10-inch charge will get me to there. I'm going to see if I can get a Warlord charge in. No he doesn't, so he just stays there. Cool. Havoc's going to love him next turn, but I needed to get stuck in there and start doing damage. Luckily I'm without a 3 of his ability, so these guys are still fighting first. I kind of made a bit of an oopsie with the Grey Knights, so I was having a look what abilities they have. Like, do they get +1 attack on the charge and stuff like that, like regular Marines have? For what I see, they don't get that. They get Bolt of Discipline, they shall know no fear, and they get Masters of the Warp. Again, I get to pick one of these at the start of the first battle, which I didn't do. Okay, so I kind of messed up there. So the one I'm going to pick is Tide of Convergence. While this tide is dominant for your army, add 6 to the range of characteristic of Psycho weapons, or Psi weapons, sorry, the models the unit are equipped with. And each time a model in this unit makes a melee attack with a Nemesis weapon, On an unmodified wound roll of a 6, that target suffers 1 mortal wound in addition as normal damage. So I'm going to start off with my sergeant. He's got a Nemesis hammer, or Demon hammer, whatever the hell it is. Nemesis, Demon hammer, yeah. He's got 4 attacks. He's -1 to hit though, because that's just what the weapon says, it's Thunder Hammer rules. So it's hitting on 4s. So they all hit. It is strength 8. So it's going to be 2s to wound. So that fails to wound. But because I scored a 6 and I'm Masters of the Warp, that does a mortal wound in addition to normal damage. So they've taken 1 wound so far. These are -2. So they're going to have a 5-up save. So they pass 2 of those. And 1 goes through. It's 3 damage. So this will kill 1, and then the mortal wound will leave another on a wound. Then I'll move over to the Halberd. 9 attacks. So we'll be hitting on 3s. Pretty good. They are +2 strength, so they are strength 4, 5, 6, so it's be 3s to wound. 2 mortal wounds there, so that's going to kill 1 and put 1 on a wound. So I'll kill this one. Then I'll put that guy on a wound. Then these are at -2 as well, so they're going to have a 5-up save. They pass 2 of those, but they are 2 damage each. I don't have any CP to reroll any of these saves. Everyone's out of CP. So that kills the 1-on-1 wound, and that's going to kill another one. So that's another 2 dead. So I'll take this one. And I shall take this back one here. So altogether there is the Sergeant and 2 others. The Night Lord's going to hit back with their +1 to attack because they stood fast or whatever it was. Do the Sergeant. The Sergeant has 5 attacks with his chainsword, 4 standard and then 1 for the chainsword. He's hitting on 2s now because he's set to defend. So they all hit. They are strength users, so it's 4s to wound. That's 2 wounds. They are AP1, so it's a 3-up save for the Terminators. They pass 1 and fail 1. Take a 2 wounds now, he's got 1 wound left. Then the other Legionaries have 3 attacks each, so that's 6 attacks, hitting on 2s because of the stand fast. I think they get the real 1s as well because of, I think, is it shooting though? Does it matter? Yeah, it does, I have to check. Yes, they get reroll 1s to hit on any attacks. All those hits, they are strength 4, so toughness 4, so 4s. They get 1. 2-up save, of course. Oh, dude, that just freaking hurts. Boom. So they took out another Terminator. That's the turn. The reason I didn't do courage over here when they lost 1 is that they couldn't fail because they were away from their aura. Now though it's going to matter. Right, so I'll do courage. It goes back and forth. I'll do the Legionaries first. So they had a 10-man squad. They lost 7 because there's only 3 left. On a 1, well, the leadership a lot anyway, so I'll see what they roll. Right, a 4 plus 7 is a fail. So 1 runs away. And then because they lost 2 on 1s and 2s, they run. So they both run. So they lost half the squad. Yeah, I think that's how that works. They're all gone. They're just like, ooh, no. No thank you. I don't have any CP to reroll anything, either side. So that happened. The Terminators, they lost 1 model. Let's see what they roll. Oh, 1's always a pass anyway. So there's that. I would have taken the minus from Night Lords as well into that. But they rolled a 1 and 1's always a pass. so I've done my movement. I've gone a CP for the Night Lords, so they're on 1. Grey Knights are on none, and it's turn 2. I shuffled them around. The Havocs just moved out the way to make room for the Chaos Lord. The Wontons, it's basically not melee and heavy weapons, so it's like rapid fire, grenades, pistols I think as well, that have the extra, on 6s do extra hits. So the Plasma Gun will have it, and the Chaos Lord's Bolt Gun will have it, Combi Bolt will have it. I think I kind of want to take out these Terminators right in front of me, or like weaken them, so my Chaos Lord can just go in there and finish them off. What I'm going to do, I'm going to shoot 4 crack rockets into those Terminators. I'm also doing the Plasma Gun. So do the crack rockets first, hitting on 3s. There's no 1-3 roll. Strength 8 wounded on 2s. 3 wounds. They are AP 2. Terminators have a 2-up save, so it's a 4-up. Freaking heck. So they pass 1, but they fail 2. It's D6 damage, so the first one kills 1, and the second one leaves 1 on 1 wound. I'm going to spend my CP, and that kills that one as well. So that's 2 dead Terminators. So I shall take the Halberds. Then we got the Plasma Gun, so it's going to be 2 shots because it's rapid fire. I am going to Overwatch. Havocs don't get the penalty for moving with heavy weapons. That's why they didn't have -1 to hit. Okay. So hitting on 3s. I am overcharging this, so they get to reroll that. 2 hits, strength 8, 2s. That is 2 wounds. Freaking heck. Yeah, there's 4 damage. That kills the last one. Boom. I don't think I shot my Terminator, so he's just going to shoot into the Grandmaster. He doesn't get to reroll for himself. Wounding on 4s. Nothing. So that's the shoot-in phase. I don't think I'm in range to charge, or I might be. Yeah, it's about 11-inch charge to get in. So I'm going to see if my champion wants to get into there. On 11, he fails. The Havocs are not going to bother because he's charging, because he's the Grandmaster and he's a champion. It's looking a bit rough, not going to lie, for the Grey Knights. But we'll be back now in just a sec with Grey Knights turn 2. Okay, so it's just the Grandmaster left. So I've done my movement, I moved my 5 inches, I got him there. I'm going to cast Smite. It's still a bit risky. I'm going to save my CP for a charge. And I'm going to try and smite the Havocs. It's a bit risky though. Oh, look at that. We get it on a freaking D6 more wounds. Alright, so that goes off, there's no way to deny it. D6 mortal wounds. Oh, it gets freaking insane, boy. So that's 2, 4, 6. So that's 3 of them dead. Okay, cool. That was like the perfect roll. I'll just take 3 rocket dodges, I think. Damn. That's insane. Well done, Grandmaster. Then that's the Psychic. Then I'm going to do some shoot-in. I'm going to do my bolt guns. I'm going to do them into the Havocs. Hitting on 2s. Wounding on 4s. It's 2 wounds. They are AP 1, but they're +1 for being in cover. I think that kills another one. AP 1, because it's a Grandmaster's bolt gun. Get +1, and then it's just a standard save. Yeah, that kills another one. Freaking heck. So we're just going to leave the Sergeant and the freaking Chaos Lord. Ooh boy, this is cool. Grandmaster's done excellent. I didn't expect him to do this well. That's all the shoot-in. Then we're going to do some charges. Or the charge, I should say. So by the looks of it, so there's 7. Spoke by there. And that's what I need to get into that building there. I just need to see if a ruin is also difficult ground. Yeah, I thought I'd double check. It's not, so it's just a flat 7. I need my champion, my Grandmaster into the Chaos Lord, the Night Lord's champion. Let's go. 7. Okay, so I'm gonna spend my CP. Ah, dude, that freaking sucks. I'm just out. Oh, by 1. Yeah, wait, do you have to get in? So I need a 7. Does that mean a 6? So I need to get in with an inch of combat, right? So it's a 7-inch charge to get like in base contact, but 6 would take me down to there, and that's within half. I need to double check this in the rules. So engagement range is 1 inch. So I needed 7 inches to get a base contact, but I needed 6 to get into engagement range. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, so I believe that's still fine. So I'm an inch away, so I'm in engagement range, so the charge was successful. I think that's how that works. If not, cheating. So that gets in and you're just going to pile in and fight him anyway. Sorry for getting that rule mixed up. This is the confusing part. Dirty Fighter goes off. But also my ability goes off to fight first. So I need to double check this stuff. My Night Lord picks a unit within 3 and they fight last. But my Grandmaster has an ability where he fights first. I had a quick Google on Reddit and it says they cancel each other out, so the fight just goes as normal. So that means charges go first, which means my Grandmaster gets to fight first. I have 8 attacks with my Grandmaster because of the twist. He has 6 normally, 8 because of the twist, because it gives him +2. 6s to wound, do mortal wound in addition, and because of his relic, he gets to reroll all his hits and all his wounds, okay? So I'm hitting on 2s, rerolling. Okay, so they all hit. And then I'm wounding. I'm wounding on 4s because I think it's his relic. It's, what is it? Psychic powers on doubles do mortal wounds, and he reduces the wound roll by 1. So it's normally 3s now, but it's 4s because of that. So I'm wounding on 4s. So it's 2 mortal wounds. The relic says I can reroll everything. Okay, there we are. 3 fail. Then 5 go through. It's also 3 mortal wounds. Because of the twist, he has 9 wounds. Because they do 3 mortal wounds, he'll take him down to 6 wounds. Then he's going to have a 4-up invuln against these, because these are -3. And they're 2 damage each. -3, so he passes 4 of those. So that would be 2 damage. But because he is Zinch, and his first failed save, that's actually counted as a save. So it reduces the damage to 0. So nothing else goes through. Now the Chaos Lord gets to fight back. So he will have 8 attacks as well, because of the twist. I actually forgot to do something. Because he charged in a defensible piece of terrain, I'm going to give him +1 to hit. I think the same ability I did with the Legionaries. So I can either overwatch on 5s or get +1 to hit in combat. So I'm getting +1 to hit in combat. So I have 8 attacks. I'm usually hitting on 4s with a chain fist, but because of the defensible ability, I gain +1. So I'm hitting on 3s again. Or was it 2s? I think it's 2s. So these hitting on 2s. They all hit. He is strength 8 because of the chain fist. So he is going to wound on 2s. So he failed 1 there. Does he get to reroll anything? I don't think so. Grandmaster have to make 7 saves on 4-up invulns. Ooh, okay. So he passes 3 of them. I don't have any CP to reroll this, and they do D3 damage each. Right, so it's 1, 2, so it's 3, that's another 3, and that's another 2 on top. That just kills him. So the last unit of the Grey Knights has been slain, the Grandmaster has fallen, and the Night Lords have achieved their goal of performing the ritual, so Heresy is victorious this day. Okay guys, welcome to the after game chat. The first turn, when I saw the Nemesis Dreadknight died, I was like, cool. So like 2-minute battle report then? I was like, ooh! I'm glad I played it through though, and I didn't just like quit the game and just make new lists and do a different battle. I mean, they were still Terminators. They had 3 wounds each, so they had good combat, decent shooting. So, and they had psychic powers as well. So yeah, I'm glad I played it out. I think it was close. Terminators, they took out the Tactical Marines, and then the Grandmaster pretty much took out the Havocs. I mean, he just smite, and then don't get me wrong, the rolling was insane. You know, the fact that the Legionaries failed their morale and they both ran away. And the fact that my Grandmaster, what did he do? He smited and got a super smite, and I think he got shooting through as well. That took a few of them out, and there was just one left. That was mental. First turn would have mattered a lot in that game, because if I went first with my Nemesis Knight, I would have shot with his big gun, I would have had my hammer, and maybe my fist. That could have done a lot of damage. I think I was just unfortunate with his rolling. The Chaos Lord in Terminator armor with the Zinch ability and that freaking rune I took on him. So he has the first failed save is reduced to 0, hilarious. And you're -1 to wound him, which is insane. So I was like, went from 3s to 4s. Even if I hit him with a hammer, it's like a a thunder hammer, it would have gone from 2s to 3s, and that's just mental. Plus he's a Terminator, so he has like so many wounds, and the 4-up invuln, all that together is just mental. It makes him super durable. And the fact you can put something on him that makes people fight last as well. Crazy. From what I've seen of the points changes, you know, for the Grey Knights to take a Nemesis Knight, Brotherhood Terminators and a Grandmaster under 500 points is pretty insane. But looking at all the stuff Chaos can take, I kind of get it. I mean, I think the game was very close. Because of those points changes. So yeah, I like the points changes. I like the Armor of Contempt's gone. That was actually a game instead of just a slugfest of just like, yeah, that's doing nothing. And yeah, if you have anything to say guys, please leave it in the comments. And if you like the video, please leave a like and all that. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.